Today, we're headed to Milford Sound. That's a huge waterfall! And we're giving off-grid camping a real chance.
We gotta go figure out where we're camping tonight because there is not a lot of free camping around the Milford Sound area.
Because it's only by chance that we found this. Good morning, wannabes. Welcome back to another episode. You last saw us, we were celebrating my birthday, and Ashton fell off a bike. Can't believe you fell.
Why are you saying it like that?
But today we're packing up the site and headed to Milford Sound. I think something we're really liking about the camper van life is how easy it is to clean up. Sorry, that was much harder to do with one hand than I expected. And since I'm walking you through the RV park, might as well show you what we do to fill up, dump our tanks, and get ready to hit the road. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm dumping our wastewater, but really it's just gray water. Our camper van does not come equipped with a black tank. We do have a cassette toilet, but we really haven't used that. And that's it. If we were gonna dump our black tank or our cassette toilet, it would be right in here. And it's a lot different from America because they actually let you dump cassette tanks. At Yellow Rock, we never allowed anyone to dump a cassette tank because we didn't want it to go all over the ground. But they seem to have figured that issue out here.
So we've been camper vanning for quite a hot minute now, and I think it's safe to say that we are both really enjoying this lifestyle. I think for me, like being able to park in a really scenic location and like boondocking is so easy in a camper van. I just think in our trailer, like we could just never do that. Plus we're not set up for boondocking at all in our trailer.
How are you doing? Your injuries?
My bike injuries. They're looking worse by the minute, which I know that just means it's healing, but it's really hard to like bend my knees at the moment. I guess I fell pretty hard on my knee, and my sleeping is not great because I sleep on my right side and I fell on my right side.
Yeah.
So,
man.
I know.
It's rough. On the way up to Milford Sound, and we're stopped.
Yeah.
There's a tunnel that we have to go through, and apparently it's only one way at a given time. A lot of those things here, a lot of one-way bridges at random places. So we're waiting, and I'm okay with that because check out this view. And we have some friends with us. Made it to Milford Sound. We gotta head to the check-in terminal, but first,
Chicken rotisserie sandwiches.
if you're camper vanning from Queenstown, that's about a 4-hour drive. Once you get here, the information center will have parking for you, but you do have to pay. That's $10 an hour. So 20 bucks given that the cruise takes about 2 hours. We had a lunch. Feel free to do whatever you need to do, but it is a 10-minute walk from the information center to where the boats launch. So give yourself plenty of time. We did, and we made it here with plenty of time to spare.
If you're coming here in December like we are, make sure to bring your coat because it's still pretty chilly here.
It's a huge waterfall. She's windy and rocky. Out there is the open ocean, Australia, Madagascar, things like that. Standing in front of a waterfall in Milford Sound, everything felt still. Water spilled down the cliffs around us, some rushing past the boat, others fading into the distance. I stepped onto the upper deck, camera in hand, trying to hold on to the moment. Waterfall after waterfall, quietly so unreal. Seals rested on the rocks, a plane passed overhead, and boats drifted through the sound. The weather was perfect, and we knew how rare a day like this really was.
We had such a fun time on this boat tour, and if you're coming to New Zealand, I would highly recommend booking this. I'm gonna put in the link below so you can do it too. But now we gotta go figure out where we're camping tonight because there is not a lot of free camping around the Milford Sound area. Come on. The annoying thing about Milford Sound is that there's only one road in and out, which means we have to backtrack. But we found out there are 5 campsites along the route, so we hope we can luck out with camp spot number 1. But if not, that just means less driving for tomorrow. Alrighty, turning into our first spot, Cascade Creek. Let's see if we can find anything. I'm pretty hopeful.
It's a Sunday, so it should be pretty chill. Hey, can we just pull in and camp at any site that's available?
Yeah, have you got a online booking?
No.
Okay. You need to make payment if that's okay?
Sure, with you or anywhere?
Yeah, you can just do it right here.
Okay. What do you have that's available, do you know?
What do I have?
Yeah.
There's plenty of sites.
Oh,
It's massive.
Oh, okay.
There's 140 sites here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so just feel free to pick one and try and stay out of the wind.
Right? Yeah.
So it's just $18 each per night.
And is there more like these down the road?
Yeah, there's 7 sites, but this is the biggest one.
7 sites.
Yeah, so feel free to check it out.
Okay, yeah, let me circle around.
Okay.
All right, boss man, thank you so much.
All good.
There are a lot of spots available, but curiosity is getting the better of us.
Yeah. I think what we'll do is let's go down to 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And if there's plenty of spots available, we'll just stay down there. But if there's nothing available, we'll come back up here because he said 180 spots.
Yeah, there's a lot of spots here.
That's insane.
And they're all really beautiful, but like I just need to know.
And this whole place is beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's keep driving just a little bit longer. I'll make tomorrow shorter. So we're at the next one, and it is really scenic, but there's only like 2 sites, and it says we have to book it online, and we have no cell service, obviously. Yeah. And now we're kind of worried that the rest of them down the way are going to be small like this one. So we're like, do we go back to the big one, or do we press our luck? Okay, this says that we have to book online, but it looks like there's a registration slip in here, so I think we can just put our money in here, take the ticket, and leave our money in this box, and we'll be good to go for tonight. This is a really nice spot, and there's nobody around. I love it.
Look at this place. It's beautiful, but Ashlyn is a rule follower, and we don't have anything to write with on the confirmation ticket, and we don't have exactly the right amount of money. So she says,
back to the last place. So we went back to the first campsite in hopes that the ranger guy was there and could take our credit card, but of course he was not there. So now we might just risk it. We don't have the correct change. We don't have a pen. I would assume if a ranger pulled us over, we could just be like, here's our money, do you have any change?
yeah.
I don't know, either that or we just keep driving until we get service, which doesn't sound like the best plan. So yeah, stay tuned. This is boondocking, people.
No.
Alrighty, we're back at Upper Ingleton, which was spot number 2, and I think we're just gonna call it a night and get ready. I don't think we've ever truly boondocked before, but this is pretty awesome. I think we gotta figure out how to get the RV at home boondock ready. Because what do you mean this is our view?
Biggest thing I can see is like a Class C that's in front of us.
So
the Class C that's in front of us.